In this lecture, I will explain how you can execute JavaScript within a web browser using WebdriverIO. So sometimes what happens is methods provided by Selenium library do not work in certain instances. For example, click will not work, or element will not get focused, or not able to set the value in the input box. So such things happen because of the complexities of the web applications, or when some elements are overlapped or hidden behind some other elements. So in that scenarios, you can use the native JavaScript to perform the operations. So when you execute JavaScript, the Selenium library is bypassed, and the actions directly happen on the elements. So in this particular lecture, I will explain how you can do click operations, how you can do focus, or how you can do set values in the input boxes. And this is the web page that we are going to use. We will set the username, password using JavaScript code. So let us jump into the Visual Studio Code, and I have already written these 3 statements. We are navigating to this URL, then I have found this username and password using this syntax because they have got ID, so I have used hash there. Now to execute the JavaScript, what you have to do is you have to use this method called as browser.execute, and what this method does is that the first argument to this particular method is function. Okay, the next argument to this function is the elements that you want to pass. Like I want to perform operation on username, I want to perform operation on password, so let us pass those elements. And the first argument is a function, so let us write the function for that one. Now you can use the anonymous functions or the arrow syntax as well, so I will explain how you can do that. So basically what you need to do is so these 2 arguments it is gonna take, and in here there is gonna be the body of that JavaScript function. So what's happening is we are passing these 2 elements through the second and third argument, and it is actually being passed to the first argument through the function. The syntax is a little bit complicated if you are new to this flat arrow syntax, but you should remember that this first argument is itself a function. So function takes 2 parameters. So this is the parameter. So username will be passed to user, password will be passed to this pass, and then this is the body of this function. So what we want to do is you want to write the JavaScript code. So inside this body everything has to be JavaScript. So value is one property that you can use to set the value in that input box. Then if you wanna set the focus on certain element, you can use this method called focus. And you can also return values from this body, and that return value will be stored in the result. So right now we don't want to return anything, so you can just ignore that one. And after that let us wait for some time, and you can wait using this method browser.pause, and let us wait for 3 seconds. So username, password, let us execute this test and then see if it works. It should work actually. As you can see, it set the Sagar and then focused on password element as well. So in here you can write any valid JavaScript code, and that is perfectly fine. If you have more questions on this, you can let me know through the comments, and also note that you can also fire different events like on blur, on focus, etc. as well. Thanks for watching this video.